Those that are going ahead to go ahead. Now you have
Your name is security. What's your name?
Sí, no, casi pero
Some 160 years ago, Kasinda Kondumi Dembele the Vice President of the Republic of Colombia gave the world 100 years of solitude. This is the land
designado el 2025 como el año de la reparación en sus descendientes que han seguido viviendo los impactos del colonialismo.
The Honorable Minister for Trade and Industry to make one or two remarks. I believe the
nation on earth by 2050 and will be the most populous nation in the world by the end of the century. Your Excellency, it's my singular honor and privilege to cherish forever to invite the Vice President of the Republic of Colombia, Francia Márquez, to give her remarks and
ties reinforced by cultural affinity and growing economic cooperation. Both countries are regional leaders. Nigeria is Africa's largest economy, and Colombia as a fast-growing hub in South America. Nigeria-Colombia Business Forum, which is going on right now, marks a turning point to expand South-South trade and investment flows across the Atlantic. Your Excellency, the snapshot of Nigeria and Colombia's trade in 2024, trade volumes were about $70 million. Exports to Colombia include crude oil, liquefied natural gas, agricultural commodities such as sesame, hibiscus, cocoa, ginger, and cashew. Also solid minerals like aluminum, fertilizer, and urea. Colombia exports to Nigeria coffee, sugar, confectionery, machinery and industrial equipment, pharmaceuticals, chemicals, and consumer goods. Opportunities for deeper cooperation and key investment and incentives include the aviation and connectivity. Based on request of Her Excellency, the Vice President of Colombia, before she arrived, to meet personally with the CEO of Air Peace, Mr. Alan Onyema, a bilateral meeting was just concluded in which, on the request of His Excellency the Vice President, he has committed to extend connectivity to Colombia based on the successes achieved by Mr. President's bilateral engagement in Ibasa from Brazil. So feasibility studies will be ongoing, and the outcome of that meeting is that by Q1 2026, we will have connectivity with Colombia. Other areas include agricultural trade linkages, agro-processing and agriculture, again, cocoa, coffee, palm oil, cassava, value chain development. Also irrigation, processing of food towards Your Excellency's ambitions for food sovereignty for Nigeria and export diversification. Hibiscus flower in particular is already being exported from Nigeria to Colombia, opening pathways for broader agri-trade partnerships. Textiles and apparel is another area. Digital services and outsourcing. As we know, half of the unicorns in Africa are of Nigerian extraction, and we're home to 120 tech hubs across the country. Nigeria's fast-growing fintech and startup ecosystem aligns with Colombia's strengths in BPOs and digital marketing. We've also proposed energy and natural resources, potential for collaboration, education and human capital development, and several other areas in the bilateral meeting held earlier today. MOUs proposed for signature at today's business forum included cooperation in agriculture, trade and investment, digital trade, SME capacity building, and cultural exchange. Some of these are still being processed, but the foreign affairs ministers signed an MOU opening up political discussions. So strategic priorities going forward include emphasizing Nigeria's priority on expanding and diversifying trade relations among mutually beneficial sectors, and encouraging Colombian companies to take advantage of Nigeria's market of over 220 million people to access ECOWAS. Your Excellency, they also met with the president of ECOWAS yesterday in their capacity as chair of the Latin America and Caribbean states, and also to the rest of Africa through the African Continental Free Trade Area, a market of 1.4 billion people and $3.4 trillion economy. So we've suggested joint ventures. We proposed the establishment of a Nigeria-Colombia Business Council to serve as a private sector-driven platform to follow up on engagements. Your Excellency, over 60 businesses came with the Colombian delegation, and the best of Nigerian private sector were also represented at the business forum. So we invite Colombia to join us in shaping a new era of cooperation anchored on trade and investment. Mr. President and his team have been able to stabilize the Nigerian economy with significant reforms. The coordinating minister of the economy is here. Agribusiness, energy, innovation, to deliver real impact for our economies and for our people. Thank you.
Already enhanced. Mine is to support every aspect that you have gone on, and particularly for the Colombian countries, what we've entered with Brazil can be replicated easily in aviation, and our passport holders and diplomatic relation can be enhanced, and we work with the foreign affairs to accelerate that and move quickly. Particularly, Nigeria being producer of gas, oil and gas industry, particularly gas, we have other opportunities in agriculture and good ideas that you might be able to work with the bilateral agreements that you already entered into. We will accelerate it. We will not slow it down. It's good to have you come home and continue to promote, that the opportunity that existed for our country and the partnership around Africa. More so, now that the world trade is being battered by various tariff restrictions and alterations, we work of being a very good alternative market and a partner. This is a country of over 250 million people, and it's still growing at almost, 3% per annum. And it's a good market for you. Politically, we are related. Language that is a barrier has interpretation between us. It shouldn't delay us from moving forward. I hope you enjoy and make a productive end to this visit. Thank you very much.